Hello again, everyone. Well, today's video is kind of a bit of good news and a bit of bad news, really. The bad news is the fact that a store, an online store that I've been buying craft items from for a very long time, has decided that they're going to sell up. They're going to go out of business, stop trading, whatever. And that is sad because I've loved this website. They've always had good prices. They're called Crafts for Less with the number 4, based in Scotland. And as I say, I've been buying from them for years. But the bad news that they're not going to be trading anymore. The good news is they've got a sale. They're clearing their stock with 70% off. So I've benefited. I think they're hoping that someone will perhaps take it over, but they don't want to do the business anymore. I don't know if they're retiring or what. But anyway, I recently ordered a bunch of stuff which arrived yesterday. One was this set of border dies. I bought these fancy edge dies. I bought these double pierced star dies. I bought this set of alphabet dies and these 2 double stitched pierced circles. You may think, why she got 2 the same? They're not actually the same. If you use one set, you can use one die and another one as to make a border around it, but these ones fit in between each of these. That is slightly smaller than that one is slightly smaller than, etc., so on and so forth. So I got all of these and I got 70% off, so I was really pleased. Taking these out, and of course I keep the packaging like this. I open it at the top like this and I wiggle to get the dies out, but I keep these because this perspex is useful for all sorts of things. If you want to make shaker cards, if you want to use them for palettes, all sorts of things. So I don't throw these away. I hang on to them and get some recycled use out of them. Okay, when I buy a new something, oh, actually got something else as well. I got this die, Memory Box Thanks, which is this one here, which I think is great. And I also bought, don't know what I've done with the package, a hot foil, Memory Box hot foil, thank you. Oh, here it is. Whoopsie daisy, that one. I bought that as well. So I think I'm going to have to do a bit of foiling before too long. Anyway, to get back to the topic in hand, what I thought I would do is make a card using one of these. And the first thing I do whenever I get out a new die is just to cut it out and see what it does. Now, if you look at the images of these, this might help you when you're looking online in the future. This die has got a definite edge. Do you see? Absolutely definite. So all of that is cut out. This one, this side is a definite edge. This one is blurred. So this side will not cut, but all of the rest will. This one, this side is blurred, that side is blurred. It'll cut into a card. It won't cut out a strip. Likewise, these 2, the edges of the images are blurred. Okay, so here's my dies. I've got a 5x7 card panel and base ready. So this is my experiment. The first thing I do when I get a die is to cut it out. And as I said, this one has got blurred edges. It cuts into a piece of paper. It doesn't cut it out. Likewise, this one, blurred edges, cuts in. This one, you can see, cuts into, but it doesn't cut either side. This one, it cuts that edge, but it doesn't cut that side where it's blurred. And the last one you can see, crisp all round, it cuts it out. Okay, so that's that little explanation finished. So what I thought I would do, really, really simply, is take a front panel, use one of these, and I thought I would use this one and just cut a little bit out. And then what I would do, I went to my drawer, found a background, and I will put a link to the video where I did this one below this video. Now, that's brought me to another point, in fact. With the video I posted yesterday, I had linked my inspiration for the card, Deb Hallett, below. And people were saying, there's no links there. There's nothing there. I can't get it. If I click on anything, all I get is your thing. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Here I've got my iPad. And let's go big. Here is the video that I posted yesterday. I hope this doesn't shine too much for you. So let's go back to the smaller screen. Underneath here, let me see if without the light shining. Underneath here, it says, it's okay to case as long as you acknowledge it with permission. That's the title of the video. Underneath that, it says 2,102 views 13 hours ago, and then there's an ellipsis and it says more. That is what you tap to get the description. So tap on more, and here's the description. And here are the links I was talking about. So there is the link to Deb's video plays soon. Doesn't it get on your nerves? Let's turn this.
Welcome back to the craft room.
And there
I don't know if,
and there she is. So that is what to do. If you've never actually come across a description of a video before, tap on the more. Let's see what the more is. And there is Deb's list of things, the supplies she used, where she got the dies from, etc., etc., giving you more information. So that was by the by, but I think for some people it might be useful. For a long time, I didn't realise where you found the description for videos. Okay, just let's get back to the task in hand. So here we are. I've got this one on. What I thought I would do, I've chosen one of my memory box butterflies, and I thought I would just have a little butterfly on there like that. And something's magnetic. Did you see that? It's been on a magnet at the back of my desk. So I would just perhaps put that like this, and maybe a happy birthday or a thank you or whatever. Pure and simple. So I intend putting a piece of this behind the aperture that I will get. You can see this bit here. Get a little bit behind, and then I will do the butterfly in the same card. So let's just go ahead and do it. It should be really quick. I had a bit of a mistake this morning. I mistook my low tack tape from Stix2 with some masking tape, regular masking tape, like you'd use if you're doing, painting rooms or whatever. And when I came to take the tape off my card, I pulled some of the card away with the masking tape. So I've had to move that somewhere else. But Stix2 tape is brilliant for holding dies in place whilst you die cut them. Are we straight? I think so. So let's cut this one out. So here we've got a nice little aperture strip. Let's get rid of these. Can't scrape these off with my fingers because they just drag. Okay, I intend putting a piece of this behind there, like that, right to the edge. Don't think it matters where I take it from. That one's got quite a good example of all the colours, hasn't it? So I will cut my butterfly from somewhere else. So let's cut the butterfly from down here. I love this butterfly. I think you'll find it's probably retired now, and everybody's always loved it. Now what I'm going to do with it actually is to add just a little bit more shading of the colours that I used for this, or similar anyway. What I used for the deeper shades on this was a watercolour pencil, or a Prisma pencil, one of the two. But what I'll use is a little bit of ink that is of similar shades to just, you know, highlight part of it. So that, I'll do this, I'll cut it from the same thing, I think. I'll cut it from the same. I can always put a bit of gilding wax on or something to spice it up a little. Okay. So this one is from a different, it's from a different butterfly. This butterfly didn't come with a body or feelers or anything else. I think this is the magic mat that's getting a bit soft, probably. Just sort this out. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So that goes there like that. This is going to go kind of like that, and this is going to go on there like that. So simple, but really, really quick and effective, I think, anyway. So let's just do a little bit of something with this butterfly. And if I take out the colours from my distress inks and look which one is a good one, I think that Mermaid Lagoon is quite nice. The Broken China's quite nice. I think the Mermaid Lagoon might be the one. Yeah, let's try some Mermaid Lagoon, which is right here. That's my Mermaid Lagoon. So we get a bit of matte to put it on, and I think I will just use a tiny brush. I've got a clean one here, just to add a little bit of colour to the edges. So let's just see how we go. This is just to add a little definition to the edges. See, I only just dabbed it on about once, and there's plenty on there. Absolutely. Keep picking up more from the mat. There, you see, just looks a bit more vital. So here is my body. I think I'll add a little bit darken that, and just a touch, I think, of a little silver gilding wax. Here's my silver, and I use a little eyeliner with a little eyeshadow applicator to apply it, and it means I can be a bit more delicate with where I put it on. It's not like a fat finger. Right, just a little bit of silver. Then if I want to put a sentiment on, I could use either the Mermaid Lagoon or an embossed silver. So let's just put a little bit of silver as well, just a touch. Not all the way around, just in odd places. This is such a pretty one. I looked at my butterflies and I thought I use a lot of butterflies that are sort of two layers, one plain and one filigree. But this is so pretty, this background, and I thought I wanted to show more of that, which is why I chose this particular butterfly. Right, there they are. Now let's cut off a piece to put in this behind the aperture. Okay, let's just cut like that. And then we'll see. I think that look quite butterflies. I got some bit of silver on my fingers. Oh, it might have been off there, but I can put my, that's where I'm intending to put my butterfly, so I think we'll be okay. Right, a little glue. And then I'll trim. I'm just going to put a few spots on here. Okay. All right, put this behind. That's quite nice like that. Okay, now we'll cut off this side. There we go. I wasn't very careful with that, was I? Never mind. Hopefully we will manage to get it around it by putting the butterfly in just that spot. Right, add the body to the butterfly. Now, how I put this onto here is up for debate, really. You can either put it onto, I think I'll put it onto some foam tape. I've got some thicker foam tape here, which I actually don't care for quite as much as the narrow stuff that I use. And this one seems to be a bit thicker too. So when you're buying foam tape, you have to think about not only the width of the actual tape this way, but the depth of it. If you want to put embellishments on the top as well, then too thick a foam tape would make it prohibitive to send through the post at the regular rate. In the UK, if our letters and cards and things are too thick, we have to pay additional postage, and there is a gauge that you can buy which you can test your cards on before you send them, so the recipient wouldn't then get emburdened with having to pay excess postage. I don't know whether they still do, but what they used to do is charge the recipient twice the difference of what it should have been. So, for example, say it was you put a £1 stamp on it and it should have been £1.20. They would be charged 40p to receive it, which is a bit mean, really. Okay, here's my panel. Put the glue on so that it would help with positioning. Foam tape, particularly this one, it's really sticky, and it would grab the card front as fast as anything. I think I'll put this on with a little glue dot. So here's my glue dots. Put this onto the back of the butterfly. There we go. And then I can just pop that onto my panel. So there we are. Is that too big to put on there? Oh, that might be quite nice. Let's do that. I just suddenly thought about that. Let's do the thanks that I just bought. Let's cut this out. This is the memory box one. I just showed you the packet. Let's try it. There we are. And I think I'll give that a similar treatment so that it ties in with the butterfly. So if I just bring this back and just use this again and just darken it in places. Doesn't need much. Haven't even re-inked my brush. But it just gives it that little bit definition. Okay. So as with lots of my die cuts, I think I will stack it. That means I cut it twice and stick them together. Let's just do another one. There's a white one to go behind. Okay. I always like to glue the layer below rather than the layer that I'm actually sticking on, because if I've got glue on the surface that I'm using and I'm sticking it onto the back of something, I can pick up some of the glue sometimes on the front. So I always, if possible, like to stick the glue onto the front of the layer below. However, with this one, this is actually what I'm going to be sticking on, so I've got to just glue the back. I'll use a different place so there's no risk of picking up any glue that I may have left there. Oops. Tuck that in. Love this Barely Arts glue. Love it. And this little gizmo to keep the stopper out of the way was made by a friend's husband on his 3D printer. I think it's so clever. So there we are. There's our thanks. And what a quick card was that. If you do have a thank you to send to somebody, you couldn't beat doing a really quick one like this. So, there you... Oh, ouch. That is so sharp. Ooh, dear. Do be careful, people. So, as I was saying, Crafts for Less, having a final clearance sale, 70% off. Where to find the description of a video and a very quick thank you card, and I will add a link to how I did this background. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for checking that you're still subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.